The opening tip won by the Sixers, and we're under Philadelphia. Has a chance. Deep two there, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender right around the waist, which made him lunge into a shot and took away all of his concentration for it.
To Capella. Harden. Down low for Tucker. Blocked by Butler.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Lays it up and in.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Harden. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
It's Capella who clears the rebound. To P.J. Tucker. It goes down.
As a team, when you establish your dominance in the paint early, it's critical to your offense because it eventually opens up the perimeter down the stretch.
A shot rejected by Capella.
Sent a message on that one, Ed. Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem, all of that associated with space? Stuffs it down with authority. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Harden with the basketball. Looking to make something happen.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. James Harden, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First one goes down.
Coming right back to you.
Two for two on that trip. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Simmons to Embiid. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Harden into the front court. He'll run the offense. Snared by Embiid. To Simmons. Denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Harden. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
To Butler. Can't connect from in close. Has a look. It's good. Not necessarily his comfort zone. They dared him. He scores.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Here's Simmons with it up top. They trail by one. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a three-point play. 56% for his career. Whoops. That won't go. To Harden. To Anthony. Shot stopped by Embiid.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
James Harden, 2 for 3 now here in the first. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you 2 reasons why. Number 1, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitant. And number 2, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Oh, we have a 5-second violation. Harden, tough matchup against Butler. To Capella. Throws it up. Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
And when he gets going, he is automatic from that position on the floor.
And they'll take that any day of the week. Sixers have the basketball. Simmons, there's the toss. Joel Embiid, 3 for 4. Good start.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Harden with it up top. They lead it, 4-point game. Trying to cash in. Gordon with a shot off the mark. Butler here against P.J. Tucker. Has a chance. Butler with a shot, no good. To P.J. Tucker. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Butler into the front court. Down 6. Terrific vision. With a drop step. Joel Embiid looking good. 4 for 5.
Come on, you knew that setup was coming the whole game. But you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
Shot, bro.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Butler against Gordon. Fires the three. Nene with the rebound. To P.J. Tucker.
Say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
No good. Missed them both. Redick with it. Now down 6. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Capella. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Clint Capella trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 48% free throw shooter. And he missed the free throw. To Butler. Has a look. Butler can't get his shot to fall. Houston with the basketball. Harden. To Anthony. From long range. His first effort off the mark. To Embiid. Redick. And knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that three-point shot than one instead from 22 feet.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. New blood coming in for both sides. It's Harden. Brings the ball up. To Capella. Tucker. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Fultz with the basketball. Down 3. To Butler. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Harden sizing up Butler.
Screen come on left.
And the finish. Jay, Euro stepping for 2.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Butler to bring it up. They're down 3. Not that time. Gerald Green. Now pass stolen by the Sixers. To Butler. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Jimmy Butler at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Got it at the line.
Defense, let's go.
Harden. Sixers have it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
It's rejected by Tucker.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
It's in the hands of Harden. Great dish to set it up. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Embiid. The pass set it all up.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Harden. To P.J. Tucker. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. To Butler. Redick. J.J. Redick. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Harden sizing up Butler. Driving right to the basket. To Gerald Green. Tucker. Lets it fly from long range. Not going down here. Count the bucket for 2. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
NBA Live 19.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Rockets have the ball. Trying to cash in. Embiid with the board. To McConnell. And the basket good at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Knight into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Tucker with a shot that won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Substitution being made in this one. Brandon Knight trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Free throw is good to cap off the three-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Butler into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. He misses. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Contact on the drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Count the basket.
That boy's living his best life.
Right back to you.
T.J. McConnell lays it in.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Won't go. Rockets have the steal. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Everybody in the building understands he's been a known target. Looks like they're hacking early in this one.
And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Philadelphia with the basketball. Nice finish at the rim.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers. Redick. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Has a chance. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. Change of scenery, but how can Melo still impact a franchise?
It all starts with a mindset. It starts with embracing and accepting your new role. He is no longer a starter in this league. He's a guy that's going to need to be positive on the bench, bring in his shooting abilities off the bench, and also be a coach when he's on the floor. That's the next step in the evolution for Carmelo Anthony.
Butler, Carter Williams on him. And Carmelo grabs the rebound. Shot by Carmelo, no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it. That's blocked by Nene. The shooting in that first quarter was white hot. It's got to be hard to think these teams can keep up that pace in the second.
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, oh, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
Into the front court comes Simmons. Leads a bucket. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
And when he gets going, he is automatic from that position on the floor.
And they'll take that any day of the week. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Cash is in for 2.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Simmons into the front court. Down 2. The drive right to the basket. Free throw good. He's able to polish off the three-point play. Butler to Simmons. And he knocks it down at the line. Redick. Oh, Ben Simmons. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Harden. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Harden in possession. They trail by 2. To Gerald Green. Got it. James Harden. He's now 4 for 6. Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
Let's be honest. Sometimes he is not locked in when the ball isn't in his hands. But do you need James Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
Harden. To Redick. Curling inside.
I got a mismatch.
Embiid, good for 2.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. you essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. And he's got the free throw as well. To Simmons. Ben Simmons. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA Awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
James Harden trying to cash in on a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throws up and perfect. To Redick. Harden in possession. His team up by 1. Good. Off a spin.
Get in your bag. I mean, deep in your bag.
Butler matched up with Gerald Green. Beyond the arc for 3. You on top. Jimmy Butler. Contested 3. He buries it.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Gerald Green. Harden. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on him.
Sixers control. Butler defended by Melo. And he's going to the free throw line. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Jimmy Butler at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First one, counted. And he makes them both. Hart with the basketball. Leads just a point. Not that time. Simmons. 4-3. Smothering D. To Harden. Short jumper misses. Short jumper won't fall. To Gerald Green. Anthony, a shot, no good. Simmons with it. They trail by 1. J.J. Redick. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Sixers call for time as they'll talk in a one-point basketball game. Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. Butler, defended by Tucker. For 3, they dare Jimmy Butler to take it, and he makes them pay.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Butler to bring it up. 2-point advantage to Embiid. Nothing going here on that drive. Deep left corner. It's Gordon with the stuff.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Shot for James Harden. Can't connect. To Butler. Redick. Great feed. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Tucker goes to the right side to Harden. Has a look. Harden shot, no good. To Butler. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Jimmy Butler at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw try and a putback slam. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Gordon with it. Down 8. And he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed. When you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble, look at all your options. Number 1, a hezi. You look at the rim. The defender jumps. You blow by him. Number 2, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came from to throw the defender off. Or number 3, a raise into an easy jump shot. It's easy when you have this bag of tricks.
And when the game's on the line, that's arguably when it's most dangerous. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. To Carter Williams. Harden sizing up Butler. Now a steal by Philly.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Pass to the rim. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Butler for 2. Not that time. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Deep right corner. He gets it.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia.
BA Live 19. Live 19.
Markelle Fultz. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. Not a high percentage shot.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Anthony to Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Harden to Anthony. Nice pass to set things up.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Markelle Fultz trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. One free throw, count it. It's a three-point play, and the lead up to 8. To Harden. Fires the three. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. It's in the hands of James Harden. Fires the three, and James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are squared to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Harden. Butler into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. From long range, knocks it down.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Gordon with it. He'll run the offense. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
Tosses. Harden. And he buries it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Here's a chance from long range. He was all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Oh, Capella up to block it. Butler against Gordon. To Redick. Lets it fly from long range. Defenders could lose sleep with this guy. J.J. Redick, well defended, still knocks it down.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ball.
Lays it in off the alley-oop pass. Deep three at the buzzer. That's it. First half has come to an end. The 76ers have the lead.
is Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers have the lead, but not by much. For them to get to, I see it happening with their transition game. They've done a great job today of working the fast break offense. Have a look at the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Rockets aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Bench points.
The coaches are getting the kind of bench production that can make for some interesting rotations. Keep an eye on the substitution patterns in the second half.
Player of the half.
Butler.
Player of the half.
Butler did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
The 76ers have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. What I like from these guys is how well they work the transition game, using stops to start breaks. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Rockets are still very much in this matchup. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Creates the space to bury the 3 on the step back.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
Simmons to the rim. Has a look. Deep 2 there, won't go.
You can't fall in love with the jump shots. You have to find ways to maybe even get to the free throw line. Keep your team in the game by putting points on the board.
Carmelo Anthony at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. Free throw is good to cap off the 3-point play. And the lead is down to 3. Sixers have the basketball. Butler sizing up Eric Gordon. To Embiid. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Now a pass stolen by the Sixers.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, Jimmy Buckets really has an inspiring story. From being homeless at the age of 13 before moving in with a friend, reads like a basketball version of The Blind Side. That grit has become the fabric of his DNA. From Tyler Junior College to Marquette to the 30th pick in the first round, are you kidding me? To where he is now, Jimmy Buckets has had to earn every inch that this game has given him.
To Butler. Simmons sets him up. No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First try at the line, no good. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Harden into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit to set things up. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Philadelphia with the basketball. Butler against Gordon. Beyond the arc for 3. Harden with the rebound. To P.J. Tucker. Count it.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. 4-3, and James Harden, not sure why he was so wide open there.
We love to break this game down analytically. We even love to break it down more psychologically. But sometimes it's just about settling into the game. Seemed like in the first half, things were rushed. Now we finally see them have their composure and their poise.
Simmons. No good, and no foul. Simmons kicks it outside. For 3, that one off the mark. It's no good. To Harden. Great pass to set it up. P.J. Tucker lays it in.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Sixers control it. Simmons. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. To P.J. Tucker. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not done yet. Capella. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Clint Capella trying to cash in on the three-point play. He struggled so far. The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Butler. And the rebound by Nene. To P.J. Tucker. Working and a put-back slam.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Butler, defended by Eric Gordon. Off the assist.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game, and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance. Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Simmons with a shot. No good. Harden with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
P.J. Tucker at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Smith with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Zaire Smith at the line. First one goes down. Second and 3, got it. And he hits all 3 free throws. Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. Fires the 3. Not done yet. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
You know, Clint Capella was not expected to be this good of a player, but it's because of all the offseason work he's put in the gym with John Lucas, who's the head of player development for the Houston Rockets, that now he finished second only to Victor Oladipo as far as one of the most improved players in the league today.
Harden in possession. Leads 4. Can't connect from in close. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
The pass taken away. Harden. It's no good. Shots not going down. Good. Off a spin.
Come on, somebody tell me when he added that to his arsenal.
To Capella. And now the intentional foul on Capella. They'll set him to the line for a pair.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Knocks down the first.
Number 2, Brandon Knight.
And gets both to drop at the line. To Butler. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
And he connects on the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip. Harden in possession. Our score all even in this third quarter. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you 2 reasons why. Number 1, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitant. And number 2, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
Two-point shot for James Harden. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Butler guarded by Clint Capella. In a flash, scores at the rim. There's a toughness he learned under Tibbs at 2 stops, and no question, that rubs off on younger players.
There is something that Jimmy Butler does that no other player in the NBA does. He gets into your psyche. He gets into your head each and every possession. He enjoys the process of the fight. Every single blow. There is a pleasure in the pain.
Get it, shoot it again.
Sixers have the basketball. And a chance coming up at the line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
First try, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Fires the three. That won't go. So false. To Butler. From long range. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Harden with the basketball. Up by 3. To Gerald Green. Looking for his man. Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Butler to bring it up. He'll run the offense. To Fultz.
I said.
Lobs it up. Butler. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Markelle Fultz trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. And add one more to his total. Here's Harden with the rock. Lets it fly from long range. Another chance. Clint Capella. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Butler here against Harden. That's blocked by Capella.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Count the basket at the rim.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Knocks it down off the step back. Harden into the front court. Leads 1. Throws it up. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Harden, tough matchup against Butler. Trying to cash in. Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Butler against Clint Capella. And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Mike Muscala at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Shot from the lane won't go. Butler into the front court. Two-point advantage. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Rebound for Capella. To Gerald Green. There's the toss. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Now a steal by Philly.
Tie ball game. Make this possession count.
Butler. And knocks it down. Jay, for the defender, tough to gamble once the ball's behind the arc.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
And Jimmy Butler, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Beyond the arc for 3. And it's Butler who grabs the rebound. To McConnell. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
One free throw, count it. It's a three-point play, and the lead up to 8. Harden, guarded by Jimmy Butler. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
James Harden has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First one, count it. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip to Butler. They'll get it down to Johnson. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Nice pass to get things going. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. It's the Sixers out in front. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Simmons with it. Leads 5. Baseline drive to Butler. Embiid, good for 2.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Anthony. They have to keep him in their grasp.
And your big is the one making that happen. Every time he's involved in a PNR, he's slipping it, forcing that guy from the weak side to come down to help. quick skip passes equal threes in the bank.
J.J. Redick is going to get 3 shots here. He's perfect from the line so far. First free throw is good. Second of 3 is good. Three for 3. Nice. It's James Harden once again. For 3. He buries it.
And the game flow in the second half is completely different than the first. That first half equals out of sight, out of mind. Way to recalibrate in the locker room and find your rhythm back on the court.
Here's Simmons with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Harden sizing up Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Couple of cracks at the line now.
No. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Sixers control it. Simmons to Butler. For 3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Harden with it up top. His guys trail now by 4. Going to launch beyond the arc. Off the mark. Butler to bring it up. They're looking to make something happen. Fires the 3. Cleans it up. And 1. Embiid. Good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the 3-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. To Gerald Green. And draws the foul.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First one goes down. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Jimmy Butler for 2. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a 3-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. Embiid's free throw good. A three-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Knight into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. No good. To Simmons. Embiid swings it to Simmons. Johnson off the mark.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
He engulfed him that time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's struggled so far. Missed the foul shot. Harden in possession. His guys trail by 10. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
James Harden at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Tonight, he's shooting 88% from the line. Free throw good to cap off the three-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game.
Get back.
Fires the 3. And it's Melo with the rebound. To Harden. Pass to the rim. And that's going to get out of bounds off of Harden. Fultz into the front court. His team up by 7. Now it's Harden at the controls. Oh, he got there.
That's great hustle getting back on D.
Nothing's going to stop him in pursuit of the basketball. That one out of bounds off a rocket. Fultz tosses, flushes down the slam.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go. To Redick. Markelle Fultz goes to the right side. Redick. That's playing with fire. J.J. Redick wide open. Good luck.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Harden shoots and hits off a killer step back. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on him.
Second effort, Harden to Capella. From long range. That out of his range and no good. Good. Off a spin.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Harden to Capella. Anthony. Fultz there for the rebound. To the rim. Flush dishes down the slam. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract, because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. It's a 5-second violation. Redick. Short jumper misses.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Fultz with the basketball. Up a dozen. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Harden to Capella. It's a big finish.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the big...
And a put-back slam.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Harden to Anthony. They get it down to Tucker. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
With the basket after a nice drop step.
You know, Clint Capella was not expected to be this good of a player, but it's because of all the offseason work he's put in the gym with John Lucas, who's the head of player development for the Houston Rockets, that now he finished second only to Victor Oladipo as far as one of the most improved players in the league today.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Simmons to McConnell. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
In the front court comes Simmons. The lead stands at 10. Oh, Ben Simmons. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being... Oh! And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. McConnell. To Embiid. And the Rockets clear the board. James Harden at the controls. Nothing going here on that drive. Sets him up. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy is dropping multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Harden in possession, trailing by 10. Here's a chance from long range. Offensive rebound to P.J. Tucker. Oh, he had him there for a second. Tucker. To Capella. Stuffs it down with authority. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Time to shuffle things up. Oh, 5-second violation. That's a 5-second violation. Simmons looking for his man. And count the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
That's out. Last touch by Wilson Chandler. Harden. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Harden to Anthony. Lets it fly from long range. And Carmelo Anthony, he won't miss those. Hits the wide open three.
A lackluster first half performance, but this half, you seem like a different person.
Harden has it up the floor. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim. Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
Let's be honest. Sometimes he is not locked in when the ball isn't in his hands. But do you need James Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
To Simmons. Gets a look. Can't hit. Harden with the basketball. Lead is 2. And the rebound taken by Chandler. Simmons into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on a three-point play. He struggled so far, and he misses that one free throw. Harden into the front court. All even here in the fourth. To Capella. Scores from the post.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Smith into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Joel Embiid, couple of free throws on the way, shooting 80% in this contest. Knocks down the first.
What's up, boy?
And he makes them both.
Let's go. We got it.
It's Harden. Brings the ball up. That is great vision to set it up. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
Harden with it up top. Leads a bucket to Anthony. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Simmons to Redick. Kicks it around the perimeter. Beyond the arc for 3. Off the mark. No good. To Harden. Tucker to Anthony. 4-3. No good. That's great defense. Simmons with it. His guys trail now by 4. And he's going to the line to shoot.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way. Harden. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers.
Turnovers like that at this point of the game are daggers. You can't afford to have empty possessions in the final 2 minutes.
Butler matched up with Harden. Spins and scores.
Bold. I'm sure his teammates and coaches were wondering why he'd do that now. But it worked.
And that's going to get out of bounds off of Harden. Simmons lobs it up. And 1. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's shooting 85% in this game. Harden in possession. His group now down 2. To Capella. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
No. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Now the Rockets will use a timeout. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a 3. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Now whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they dig into their bag of tricks, trying to draw up the game winner. Deep 3 at the buzzer. The Sixers are victorious as they win this one by 3. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
The EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers finished with a narrow victory on the scoreboard. Their theme for this game was run, run, run. After a rebound, they were out on the break. After a stop, you guessed it, they were quickly in transition. They used the fast break so well in today's matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Rockets finished on the losing end of a close score. Chemistry was clearly not the issue today because they were definitely sharing the ball well. Still, everyone knows they'd rather be sharing the joy of a victory. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again. He kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports.
Live 19.